Well, the weather's been absolutely crap lately, so let's talk about a few things that can get you points on your license. So some of you are going to be asking, what are points? Well, in the UK, everyone who has a driving license can get points on their license, and that could be for anything such as speeding or any other offences. And you can have a maximum of 12 points on your driving license. They're also known as endorsements, and then once you get 12 points, you get banned from driving. Although for those who have just passed their test, in the first 2 years you're only allowed to get 6 points, and then you lose your license. The number of points do vary depending on the offence and the severity, and some can carry 6 points, which, if you've just got your license, you're going to be losing it. But let's look at some of the things that you may not have known can get you points, or at least some sort of fine. So if you do visit the UK, have a think. So number 1, driving too close to a horse or a cyclist. Now this is something which a lot of police forces around the country are now cracking down on due to the amount of cyclists that do get injured, but it also counts for a horse. When you're passing, say, a cyclist, you have to give at least 1.5 metres as you overtake them. Now that can put you into the other lane of the road, especially with a lot of cyclists who ride around in packs or right in the middle of the road, and it makes overtaking quite hard. So a lot of people do get angry and pass too close. But if you are found or spotted doing this, you get done for driving without due care and attention, and you can get 3 to 9 points on this one, and a fine of up to £5,000, based on how bad it was. But that's a lot of money just for trying to get past some cyclists. And number 2, we've got eating and drinking while driving. So if you're having a cup of coffee and a donut, or you've stopped off at the drive-thru at McDonald's and you've started munching down on a burger, you're not paying attention to the vehicle, you're not in control of the vehicle. And again, that's something that a lot of people do, and we all see them doing it, but it can land you points and a fine. And some of you will be going, well, what's that got to do with me? I'm on a bike, how am I going to be eating and drinking? Well, we've had people pull into the petrol station, fancy the cost of coffee, they're on their BMW GS, and pull out the petrol station, one hand on the accelerator, helmet up, having a sip of coffee as they're driving along. So people do it in cars and on motorcycles. At number 3, you got splashing people with puddles. Now we all know it's quite hard to try and avoid hitting a puddle in the UK because the drainage on the roads absolutely sucks. And you can just see from the roads here, we have rivers basically on half the roads because, well, they're made like crap. But of course, with any offence, there has to be intention behind it. So if you've hit a puddle intending to splash someone, that can go down as assault. But luckily for us, it comes under its own offence in the Road Traffic Act as driving without reasonable consideration for other persons using the road. At number 4, we've got driving too slowly. Some people think you can only get fines and points for driving too fast, but you can get them for driving too slow as well, because it's classed as inconsiderate driving. Which makes sense when you think about it. If you're joining the motorway at 40 miles an hour, where all the other vehicles are going to be doing about 60 to 70 miles an hour, people have to slow down or swerve to avoid you for going too slow. Figures from the Department for Transport show that about 143 accidents a year are caused by motorists driving too slowly. So being found guilty of inconsiderate driving can mean up to 9 points and an unlimited fine on your licence there. At number 5, we've got dirty number plates. So the law states the plate should show the vehicle registration number correctly. Now if you've got so much dirt on it you can't even read it, the MPR machines can't read it, then if you get stopped you can get yourself a fine. Awesome. I mean, if you think about it, if your motorbike gets stolen and you haven't cleaned the number plates, the police can't read your number plate if you call it in as a stolen bike and they see it out on the street, and the automatic number plate reading cameras won't read your number plate, so it won't fling up as a stolen bike. So it helps you in that sort of way as well. So just remember, before you go out on the bike, especially in this kind of weather with all the salt on the road and all the dirt that gets stuck to the license plate, just give it a wipe down, have a bit of tissue with you or something, or pop into the petrol station, just give your number plate a wipe down, and then you won't have any problems. And finally, at number 6, taking prescription medicine. Some people think being unfit to drive through drugs and alcohol only really covers illicit drugs, but it also covers your prescription medicines or stuff you can get over the counter, always check the label on the back, because it'll say you can't drive with this, you know, it'll make you drowsy. And if you do get into an accident or cause an accident from being on a prescription medicine, then you can find yourself in hot water. So there we go. Thanks for watching, and hopefully we'll see you next time when the weather's a bit nicer.